Hello Artsy, welcome to CKtNY, where I attempt to crochet 100 keychains before the new year. In this tutorial, we'll be making a crown, and I am using 8-ply yarn and 5.5mm hook, but feel free to use whatever yarns and hooks are available right now on you. But please to expect that depending on the size of yarn and hook that you will be using, the outcome of the project or the size would be different with this tutorial. So let's go straight ahead and start with the foundation chain. So for this crown, we will be starting with a chain of 10. So go ahead and make your slip knot and chain 10. Make sure that your chains are on the straight chain and is facing on the same direction. So go ahead and make a chain of 10. There you go. We have 10 chains, and then for round 1 we are going to start from the second chain from your hook and make single crochet. So we are going to make 9 single crochets for round 1. To do that, you just have to make 1 single crochet on each chain until you reach the very first chain that you made. So if you are making a tighter single crochet, your work might curve a bit. So from time to time, you may need to tug your work to make sure that our crown is flat. And make sure that your tension is not too tight, because if it's too tight, then that might also be able to make your round 1 curve a bit, and we do not want to do that. So as you go along, you try to tug your work so that it would be flat. So by the end of round 1, you should have 9 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stitches at the end of round 1. There you go. So we go straight to round 2. So round 2 to 4 is almost the same. We start with a chain 1 and then turn your work, and then we are going to make 9 single crochets on top of the stitches of the previous round. So go ahead and make that single crochet, and then you might want to pause this video as you crochet rounds 2 to 4. Now we're at the end of round 4. So we had already crocheted 1, 2, 3, 4, a total of 4 rows. And now we can proceed with round 5, which is first we make a chain of 9. So go ahead and make 9 chains, and then turn your work, and then try to look for the third stitch. So that's 1, yeah, the base stitch. So that's 1, 2, 3, and then on the third chain there, we are going to make a double crochet on the third stitch, sorry. So on the third stitch, we are going to make a double crochet. So to make a double crochet, we have to yarn over once, insert our hook on the 1, 2, So the first, second, and then third chain, pull up a loop, pull through 2 loops, pull through 2 loops, and then pull through another 2 loops. So that's your double crochet. And then we continue with chain of 4, 3, 4, and then we are going to make again a double crochet. So we skip 2 stitches and make a double crochet on the 3rd stitch. And then similar to the other side. So similar to the other side here, we are going to chain 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And to end round 5, we just have to slip stitch on the very first single crochet from the previous round. So to find that, you can just skip 2 stitches and then slip stitch on the 3rd stitch. There you go. So this is how it looks like at the end of round 5. So you can see our crown is now quite building up. We now proceed with round 6. So for round 6, all we have to do is make a slip stitch at the base of our crown. So that's the left side, and then the bottom part, and then the right side, until we reach the chain on the other side of our work. Now for round 7, we are going to make single crochets on the chains that we made. So for the first chain, we have to make a total of 8 single crochets. So go ahead and make 8 single crochets on the chain. And then on the next side, so we're going to work on the middle part of the crown. We are first going to make 2 single crochets. So that's 1 and 2, and then we are going to make a picot. So to make a picot, we have to make a chain of 3. So that's 1, 2, 3, and then we are going to slip stitch back into the base there. So make a slip stitch, and that, my dear, is what you call a picot. And then you make another 2 single crochets on this 4 chain there before we cross over to the other side of the crown. So make on the other side, we just mirror what we made on the initial part of the crown. So that would be 8 single crochets. So go ahead and make 8 single crochets on your chain. And then we will end round 7 with a slip stitch, after which you can fasten off your work and weave in the ends. So that's it. We just made our crown applique. All you have to do by now is to weave in the ends and attach your keyring so that it would be a keychain. So that's it. I hope you make one, and feel free to tag me on Instagram or Facebook so that I would be able to see your version of this crochet crown keychain. And see you all on our next CKtNY, and I hope you would be able to join me on this journey as I try to make 100 keychains before the year ends. Always remember, life is cool and so are you. Bye bye.